Yeah, this is the backup plan if we're not able to get Arman because they're saying no right now. So that's already a done deal. Me and Chris Weidman's a done deal for RAF 9, which is going to be in Dallas, Texas. It's going to be on May 30th. So, I'm back in training camp tomorrow. I'm going to get back to work and, make some adjustments, be a little tighter with my game and come back better, because I'm going to need, to be on my A game for Chris Weidman. He's a world champion. He dethroned Anderson Silva. He's a former All-American. So, we're going to put the All-American to the test, and we're going to find out who's the real All-American, Colby Covington or Chris Weidman.
Ilia Topuria may appear invincible now, but his path to championship glory was paved with struggle and fear. The reigning UFC champion recently shared intimate details about his troubled youth, revealing how school bullying shaped the warrior he became today. During an appearance on Charles Oliveira's podcast, Topuria confessed that despite his current confident demeanor, he was once a scared teenager who despised confrontation. He explained how constant harassment from classmates forced him to defend himself repeatedly, creating situations where fear dominated his thoughts. The champion reflected on how these dark moments of sadness stripped away his courage until he finally found his voice. Remarkably, Topuria credits his 14-year-old self as the architect of his current success, acknowledging that every past decision and hardship contributed to his championship reign. He admitted that his younger self might advise him to worry less and embrace each experience, knowing that all struggles eventually pass.
Yeah, as soon as your internet hit, or as soon as your interview hit the internet, he gave me a phone call. So there was an immediate phone call. We had a talk, and he wanted to sit down and have a meeting when he comes to Vegas, comes to Miami for the April 11th show in 2 weeks. So we'll sit down, we'll hash it out, we'll get things figured out. Maybe I should have been a little tighter lipped. I do respect UFC at the end of the day. They've, given me a great life. They've given me a great career and a brand. So, I do appreciate UFC and, everything they've done for my life. But just frustrations, obviously, were boiling over in that last interview. And, I let the emotions get the best of me.
Colby Covington is extending an olive branch to the UFC after years of contentious relationships with the organization. Following his recent grappling victory, the former title challenger revealed during a submission radio interview that he's actively working to repair his standing with the promotion. Covington disclosed that UFC matchmaker Hunter Campbell recently contacted him, scheduling a crucial face-to-face meeting in Miami within the coming weeks to discuss his fighting future. This development signals a potential shift in Covington's approach as he seeks to secure more opportunities inside the octagon. Additionally, Covington announced his next wrestling commitment against former UFC middleweight champion Chris Weidman at Rough House Fighting 9 in Dallas on May 30th, just days after his dominant performance over Dillon Danis.
Jeet Kune Do was one of the first things as a young martial artist that I read about that really introduced me to what mixed martial arts was. Jeet Kune Do stands for the intercepting fist, and it literally means, right, intercepting somebody's attack, right? In between every explosive blow and every explosive maneuver that you stop with your own, right? Bruce Lee was one of the best instructors when it comes to the philosophy of mixed martial arts, and I truly believe that without Jeet Kune Do and Bruce Lee's impact to martial arts, that the UFC wouldn't even exist. So with me being here, me being able to just really be able to be surrounded by his presence, right, at his burial, I feel like, man, I done completed something that's only gonna level me up now, so it's a beautiful thing. Respect to Bruce Lee.
Joaquin Buckley made a pilgrimage to honor the legendary Bruce Lee, demonstrating profound respect for martial arts history during his visit to the icon's gravesite. The rising UFC welterweight expressed his deep conviction that without Bruce Lee's revolutionary influence on combat sports, the Ultimate Fighting Championship would never have existed as we know it today.
Well, this is not the post or video that I wanted to be making today, but I wanted to come on here and say thank you to the UFC and thank you to Alexa for the opportunity. I wanted to go out there and get my opportunity to get my rematch and dominate and get the win back. And unfortunately, it was not my night. I got caught, and Alexa did an amazing thing. She's a phenomenal fighter, and I don't really remember a whole lot. All I know is that every time I go on social media, I look like I'm dead, and that's not a very fun thing to see. So I've been trying to stay off of social media, but I also wanted to come on here and at least tell you guys that I am okay. I am very blessed to live the life that I do. As tough as it is, going out there and being able to do that, what I did last night, was still one of the greatest nights of my life. Despite all of that, that's still one of the better nights of my life that I've ever had. I've had some pretty tough days, so that was still one of the greatest days of my life, being able to walk out there and being able to do what I've done. So I will be back. I'm going to heal up and put in the work and get back out there. So God is good all of the time, on the highs, on the lows. He's good all the time, so doesn't matter. It's very hard because I don't remember a lot. So this is me saying thank you to everybody, and also I love you all.
Massey Barber broke her silence following the devastating knockout loss to Alexa Grasso at UFC Seattle that sent shockwaves throughout the MMA community. The brutal finish marked the first time Barber had been stopped in her professional career, creating a viral moment that instantly became one of the sport's most discussed sequences. Despite the severity of the knockout, Barber managed to exit the octagon under her own power and has since addressed her condition publicly through social media. In her statement, she revealed complete memory loss regarding the fight itself, but assured concerned fans of her recovery progress. Surprisingly, Barber described the evening as among the greatest nights of her life, showcasing remarkable resilience in the face of adversity.
Watching Izzy fight last night was heartbroken. Oh, reminds you how ungrateful this sport is. Sometimes it's good at you. Sometimes, no matter what you do, it let you down. It looked sharp. It looked very sharp. And after the first round, I'm like, oh, we get this. This is good. He's bad. But, man, sometimes we plan, but God has other plan, and I can only imagine how tough is it to get back out of it, to come back out of it, to rebound. But
Francis Ngannou experienced profound emotional pain witnessing Israel Adesanya's crushing defeat on Saturday evening, highlighting the unbreakable brotherhood forged during their rise to prominence. The heavyweight legend shares an unshakable connection with Adesanya that traces back to their early American journey, forming the celebrated Three Kings Alliance alongside Kamaru Usman that elevated African representation in mixed martial arts. Though none of the trio currently holds championship gold or immediate title contention, their mutual support system remains unwavering through every triumph and setback. Ngannou's raw Instagram story response captured his heartbreak over Adesanya's loss, while reflecting on the sport's merciless nature that can instantly transform champions into cautionary tales.
Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Fuck. Fuck. God fucking damn it, man.
Obviously it didn't go how I thought it was going to go. Just fucking got it.
Demetrius Johnson couldn't contain his devastation while witnessing Israel Adesanya's shocking defeat unfold in real time during his Saturday night broadcast. The former flyweight king documented his genuine anguish on his YouTube channel, providing viewers with an unfiltered glimpse into how deeply the loss affected him personally.
He fought well in round one. He was fighting well in round two.
But then for some reason he decided to kind of say, you know what? Shield in the middle. Let's stand on it and let's trade. When in reality, that was probably the best way for Pyfer to get a victory. Because then he could reach him. Joe was missing with a lot of stuff early. But Izzy then ultimately chose to fight him in a way that gave Joe a chance to do exactly what he did. So Izzy will have some questions when he goes back and watches this. But ultimately, the night belonged to Joe Pyfer.
Daniel Cormier identified a critical tactical error that he believes sealed Israel Adesanya's fate in his disappointing performance against Dricus du Plessis. The former two-division champion dissected Adesanya's approach during his recent YouTube analysis, praising the striker's intelligent footwork and movement during the opening 2 rounds. However, Cormier expressed bewilderment at Adesanya's puzzling decision to abandon his successful strategy and engage in close-range exchanges with du Plessis, whose devastating power ultimately proved decisive in securing victory. Israel Adesanya delivered his first public message following the heartbreaking loss to Dricus du Plessis, acknowledging the pain his defeat caused while vowing an inevitable comeback. The former middleweight champion took to social media Monday morning with a heartfelt message directed toward his supporters, recognizing how difficult his fall from grace has been for those who believe in him. His statement emphasized that while his fans' disappointment runs deep, his personal anguish cuts even deeper as he processes another setback in his championship pursuit. Adesanya concluded with a promise of resilience and determination, assuring everyone that he will respond to adversity and continue fighting. The internet responded with creativity, producing 3 standout memes that captured the moment's significance across various social media platforms. The second most popular meme circulating online was created and shared by HLB Comer, capturing fans' reactions to the weekend's dramatic events. The internet's top-ranked meme regarding recent UFC events was crafted and distributed by Lucky Database, perfectly encapsulating the community's response to the weekend's shocking outcomes. Thank you for joining today's coverage. Remember to show your support by hitting the like button and subscribing for comprehensive daily MMA updates, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for more breaking news and analysis.